तमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यंबकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकंठाय मृत्युंजयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः। ओम समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। Hari Om, salutations to all. Is my video visible? You can just reply in the chat. Okay. Hari Om, salutations to all. So, Ardhanarishwara stotram we are doing today, verse number 5. So, this stotram, as we see, has contrary aspects of Bhagavan, and in one way it is not, it appears contrary when we look at it together, like enjoyment and renunciation, or the left half of Bhagwan is very beautifully decorated, the right half is symbolic of tapasya, so there is no proper grooming, etc. So together when we see, it looks like there is a contradiction, or two opposite things have been fused together, but it is also in a way indicating a certain evolution of life. Having gone through certain enjoyment, certain experiences in life, having seen its limitation, and having understood that what we really seek is permanent happiness, and that cannot be created, that cannot be gained from outside, that has to be discovered as our own true nature. Then one evolves out of that level to the higher state. So when on one hand it shows the duality, apparent contradictions, apparently opposing things fused together, it is also showing the sequence, that how one should rise. And it is also showing how while enjoying one must be detached. So together as well as sequential. That is Ardhanarishwara Rupa. For the individual, for the total, for the whole creation, Ardhanarishwara Rupa shows the whole cause of the creation. That cause of creation is Purusha and Prakriti together. Either one cannot be the cause of creation. So that way, this form has a lot of significance. The verse for today is the fifth one, which is this. Mandaramala kalita lakayai कपालमालाङ्कित कंधराय दिव्यांबराय च दिगंबराय नमः शिवाय च नमः शिवाय. So what does Bhagwan say here? Mandara mala kalita alakayai. Kalita alakayai is the splitting. So Mandara mala, the left side of Bhagwan is adorned with the garland made from the mandara flowers. Mandara mala kalita alakayai, not alakayai, sorry, alakayai. So Mother Parvati, her curly hair, very well groomed, is adorned with the garland of mandara flowers, heavenly coral tree. Then right side of Bhagwan is Kapala Malankita Kandharaya. There is a Kapala Mala. In the form that we are using, there is a nice garland on the neck of both. But if one actually makes it in that sense, that as per the description here, then this side will be the garland of Mandara Mala and this side will be Kapala Mala, the mala made with skulls. So Kandharaya, the neck, Kapala Mala Ankita Kandharaya, whose neck is adorned with this garland of skulls. Divyambaraya cha Digambaraya. The mother wears very nice, colorful, divine clothes made up of nice, fabric material. And Bhagwan is Digambara, for whom space only is uh, the directions, the space is the covering, the cloth. Meaning no specific cloth Bhagwan wears. And Divyambaraya cha Digambaraya. So salutations to Bhagwan, who is in the form of Mother Parvati and Bhagwan Shiva. So this is a simple meaning of this verse. What is the deeper meaning now? So on one hand is the mala. So garland has various purposes. Sometimes it is worn for beauty, sometimes it is worn out of when one wants to felicitate somebody. Sometimes it is worn when there is some success that has been achieved, some particular milestone has been crossed. Different reasons garland is offered. To Bhagwan we offer out of devotion, surrender, considering Bhagwan as the supreme. So the Divine Mother, when the garland is around her neck, we worship her as the supreme cause of the whole Srishti. Also worship her as the Divine Mother, nurturing, nourishing each and every jiva. We respect her for, adore her, respect her, worship her, because she is embodiment of the Shaktis, Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti. And this Mara is made up of uh, this Mandara Pushpa is called Amrita Pushpa. Very interesting. So this Mandara flower is, like I said, heavenly coral flower, and it is supposed to be a tree whose blossoms do not fade. Suppose Padma Puran, Vayu Puran, they also mention that this flower is favored by the Devatas. And so it also signifies immortal beauty and auspiciousness. So Padma Puran and Devi Mahatmyam, they describe the Divine Mother as wearing Divyambaraha and being adorned with these heavenly flowers. And so her beauty is immortal beauty. Everyone wants that immortal beauty. People don't want to age, and one goes to various parlors and does lots of makeup and this and that to look how to look young, to look beautiful, to you look handsome, and through whole life. So we want immortality now in the form of the body, so it has to be immortal beauty at the body level. The Divine Mother is anyway immortally beautiful because she is the Shakti itself. Body is only one small tool, and that body is perishable. That is what the second half of Bhagavan will show. We will come to that. So, human being, we desire immortal beauty, immortal handsomeness. We want to be young forever. Look, people should praise us, appreciate us. The clothes we wear, the way in which we carry ourselves, and nothing wrong with it by itself. If one wants to have that kind of one has that kind of a desire to look well, to look good, to look beautiful, handsome, by itself there's no problem. But my self-esteem should not depend on that. One should not feel lesser because of a particular type of skin color or a face cut. Looking at somebody else, I say, oh, they are having such a nice jawline. I'm not having, I don't have, they have whatever, lovely eyes. My eyes are so small, or they have a particular height, or they have I don't have those kind of features where they are so thin and abs and this and that. We do our best to take care of the body. Whatever gift Bhagavan has given as per our karmas, this body is attained. My self-esteem should not depend on that body. It is a tool, full stop. And mainly a tool for sadhana, to serve. The clothes that one wears, so many times one feels lesser. I don't have these type of branded clothes. I want that type of a thing. And if I have those, then I feel, oh, I'm somebody. Body itself is a cloth. That's what the Gita says. We keep taking vasam se jirnani yatha vihaya navani grihnati naroparani. Tatha sharirani vihaya jirnani anyani samyati navani dehi. Just as a person drops the old clothes and takes up new clothes, in the same way, Jiva takes up the old, drops the old body, takes up new bodies as per its own karma. Body itself is a cloth. To cover that body, another cloth. And my self-esteem is coming from that cloth. Wow, wow, wow. This is called Maya. This divine garment of the Divine Mother is also symbolic of that Maya. That is what it is said. That when we say Divyambaraya, then it is also symbolic of covering, because clothes cover. Maya job is also covering, achhadanat. So Maya covers, it veils the truth and projects the truth as something else, in fact something opposite. The immortal appears mortal, the changeless appears changing, the that which is infinite appears finite, conscious appears inert. So it projects. We know Vavarana Shakti of Maya is a veiling power and Vikshepa Shakti is the projecting power. So it is said that this Divyambara of the Divine Mother is also symbolic of that. It's not that if you wear divine clothes you are under Maya. It doesn't mean like that. So all it means is this, because in Chandi part it comes in a Devi Mahatmyam, she wears divine garments, Divyambara, shining with beauty, inspiring devotion and attraction. And her clothes represent Maya Shakti that veils the reality in beauty and diversity. So we get fascinated by the form, by the color, by this variety in the creation, and there's nothing wrong from the creation if I go to the creator. That's the best. But as we see, we should not forget the truth. The truth is, I am infinite consciousness. Having forgotten that, now I have come in this body to actually realize that consciousness. But if I forget that, then that is one part of Maya, veiling. Like the cloth veils the physical body, and then based on the cloth, we judge others. Oh, what nice clothes they are wearing, what lovely color, what beautiful, nice stitching it is, and whatever. Many times, who the person is, what the values of that person are, what the goals and ideals they follow, that one is not even seen. One is stuck with all the other externalities: caste, community, creed, gender, nationality, economic status, all that one is stuck with that. So the point is this: the clothes should not define us, body itself should not define us. Forget clothes. Our nature is infinite consciousness. This body, how many bodies we have taken like this? So there can be beauty, there can be various things that we do at a certain stage in life. One wants to be that way also. There's nothing wrong in it. But one should always remember that we need objects. Let the objects not be our masters. Who needs whom actually, if we think about it? Objects are Jadavastu. We are Chaitanya, Chaitan, conscious. But we define ourselves through the objects. And so, one half of the Divine Mother represents beauty, immortal beauty, variety, diversity in creation, grace, so many of these aspects, as well as the Vedantically it is Maya which covers. So, the veil of Maya is that the person gets deluded, no? So that person is carried away by the externalities. Now, the right half of Bhagavan is to break that. So he has a mala of skulls. In fact, one name of Bhagavan Shiva is Kapali. Kapali, because he has one Kapala in his hand. He wears a mala of skulls also, but he also has one Kapala in his hand, in his right hand. So he's called Kapali. Why is he called like that? So when it is said here that Kapala Mala Ankita Kandharaya, the scriptures they say that from Shiva Puran, if we read, Shivji is the supreme infinite consciousness and he only is Ishvara. Brahma and Vishnu and Mahesh, all the three are created by him for one Brahmanda. Like that, there are infinite Brahmandas. Ananta Koti Brahmanda Nayaka, when we say that Shiva Tattva, that infinite consciousness who appears as the creator, Ishvara, has created or appears as this whole Srishti. So many Brahmandas are there in in the whole Srishti. This is only one Brahmanda. Like that, there are countless Brahmandas. Each Brahmanda has Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. So that is Supreme, Parashiva, Absolute Shiva, greatest. Now the mala that he is having, each skull represents one kalpas, one Brahmaji's head. Brahmaji's tenure is 100 years. So 1000 Chaturyugis, this Kali Yuga, then Satyug, Tretayug, Dwapar Kali Yuga. These four is one Chaturyugi. 4,32,000 is Kali Yuga, 8,64,000 is Dwapar Yuga, 12,96,000 is Treta Yuga, and 17,28,000 is Satyuga. Together, these four, these are human years I am talking about. Together, these four is called one Chaturyugi. Like that, 1000 Chaturyugis is one day of Brahmaji. And 1,000 Chaturyugis is one night of Brahmaji. You and I think that Kumbhakarna is sleeping the longest 6 months. Are Brahmaji sleeps for 1,000 Chaturyugis, that much long time. That is one night of Brahmaji. Like that, 360 days is 1 year of Brahmaji. Like that, 100 years is one Brahmaji's lifespan. When he goes to sleep, Srishti comes into him, unmanifested becomes. Again, from that, when he wakes up, again it will manifest. So the Jiva continues as per their karma. It's only like how we go to sleep, again next day we get up and continue from where we left. It is like that, Srishti goes on. So one skull represents one Brahmaji. Meaning what? Bhagwan is eternal, immortal. Srishti comes and goes, Brahmajis come and go. Bhagwan Shiva is immortal. So he has Kapala Mala Pitakandharaya. On his neck, he is wearing this Kapala Mala. One cycle of creation, each one represents minimum. Cycle of creation is very small unit. One cycle of creation is one Chaturyugi in that sense. But actually it is one head of Brahma, each one represents. So that is one meaning. Meaning Bhagwan is timeless and Srishti comes and Srishti goes. Second is what finally remains is only some bones. This body, all that beauty and everything, no, left side. The true nature of it, if we see on the right side, the true nature of this is finally it is bones. That is a Satyam. This is Mithya, this is Satyam. When we say Brahma Satyam, Jagat Mithya, Ardhanarishwara is a beautiful fusion of that itself. Where there is Mithya, there only there is Satya. The Ardhanarishwara Rupa is most fabulous, fantastic. We can find so many beautiful learnings out of it. Where there is a snake which is being seen, there only the rope is there. So there is a fusion of snake and rope as though. Mithya and Satya is fused. The reason is because Satya only appearing as Mithya. Where there is a mirage, there only there is sand. Same way, where this Srishti is there, this whole Mithya Jagat is there, that is nothing but Brahman only appearing as this. So on one side we see the beauty and the glory and the immortal beauty and all that. On the other side we see destruction, death. Final this thing is what? Bones will remain. Eventually the physical beauty is going to get worn off. One has to accept. And that's why one should anchor in the true source of beauty. That is Bhagavan. Everything else is passing beauty, temporary. It will just fade away. So this mala of Bhagavan is symbolic of that. That Bhagavan is eternal. And so Linga Puran, Shiv Puran, they call Bhagavan as Kapali, the Lord with the skulls. And he has Digambara. So Kapali, as I said, so one is a garland of skulls that he has that the stotram mentions, but he has also one skull in the hand. Why is that skull there in the hand? The famous story where Shivji and Vishnu Bhagwan and Brahmaji, they are having a debate as to who is greater. And when they are having that debate, suddenly a column of light manifests. I'm telling the story in short, detailing I'm leaving out. You can see in the Puranas, long detail is there. Many of you may know also. So one huge infinite column of light manifests and they have to find the top or the bottom of it. Whoever finds it first will be the greatest. So Brahmaji takes the form of a swan and he flies up, and Vishnu Bhagwan takes the form of a boar and he goes down. And both are going, and this column of life is infinite, there is no beginning, no end. One ketki flower falls from the top, and the swan picks it up and says that, I'm not able to find the top. I will just say, okay, I found this on the top. So the swan returns, Brahmaji returns. Vishnu Bhagwan also returns. He accepts very humbly. He says, I couldn't find the end. He tells the truth. Brahmaji, he says, I found this on the top, this Ketki flower. And he tells Ketki flower also to tell lies, saying you nod in agreement. That Ketki flower also says, okay. So then Brahmaji gets fired. Bhagwan, with his hand, when he comes in a form, with his hand, he chops off one head of Brahmaji. And that head got stuck in his hand. That is Kapali. That is the head of Brahmaji. Why did he chop off that head? Because as the creator, you cannot tell lies. You are the Brahmaji. You should have told the truth. Humility is most important. Truthfulness is most important. And you are setting a wrong example. If your creator only is lying, then everybody will lie. Then how dharma will be there in the Srishti? And Brahmaji got the curse that he will not be worshipped till the end of the Kalpa. So we find very minimum temples of Brahmaji, not too many will be there. And that Kapali, now Bhagwan chopped off the head of Brahmaji only. And for the sake of Nyaya, Dharma, justice, what has to be done? Nothing wrong Bhagwan did. Not out of hatred or vengeance or anything. Still, what we find? Bhagwan does tapasya. He lives as a bhikshu. He does tapasya. And he goes begging for alms, and that's where finally he reaches Varanasi and Annapurna Devi gives him the bhiksha. So that's another legend associated with Annapurna Devi. That Bhagwan does prayaschitta. That however righteous the cause may be, if you engage in some nishiddha karma, then you do prayaschitta. He sets an example. So that's why he is called Kapali. And he has this Brahmaji skull in his hand, telling every jiva to live in nyaya, live in dharma, live in truthfulness, live in humility. Don't tell lies to prove you are great. By telling lies, Brahmaji proved what? Vishnu Bhagwan is anchored in dharma, is the one who is great. And either way, both of them understood that infinity is the greatest. In front of that, who are we? We are created and we have a certain role. After some point, we will perish and somebody else will take that position. In Shiva Puran, remember, Shivji is the greatest. In Bhagavatam, Vishnu Puran, Vishnu Bhagwan will be the greatest. Like that, in every Purana, that particular form will be the greatest. Don't get confused suddenly saying कि यहाँ पे ये लिखा है, यहाँ पे वो लिखा है. How is it contradictory? It is not. It is meant for, because the truth is one and infinite. So Brahmaji skull, and that's why Bhagwan is called Kapali. Now Digambara, Bhagwan is also called Digambara, clothed in space. So he is beyond form, beyond possession, beyond societal norms. Now obviously society has certain rules and norms which are required for harmony in the society. You can't say suddenly now we'll become Digambara. No, there will be trouble. The idea here is no body identification. Bhagwan is the one who has no body identification. So if the clothes and also is long back, no attention, no identification to that clothes and the self-esteem coming from the clothes. With this body only there is no identification. Then what to cover it and present it in a nice way, and then to think that that is what makes me glorious. All that is gone. No body identification. The directions are the space. That itself is the clothes. The clothes are the dig is the space. That is the ambara. That is the cloth. And so this also indicates the lila that Bhagwan did when he became an ascetic to humble the pride of the Darukavana rishis. Darukavana rishis depended on karma and they thought that Vedic mantras are powerful. Through that we will do karma, we will get punya, we will go to heaven. Where is God? Which God? That is Mimamsakas, The ritualists, they believe in that. Today also there are enough people who believe that my hard work, I attain everything and glory and success, name, fame, which God, what God, there is nothing called God. Mimamsakas were like that. Bhagwan out of compassion wanted to teach them a lesson. So he told Vishnu Bhagwan, you take Mohini avatar and I will take a Digambara Rupa. And he went as a young mendicant. Now these ritualists, rishis, they are doing rituals. Bhagwan Vishnu comes there in the Mohini Rupa, and this is in the forest, huh? Daruka Vana it is. In the forest he comes. They are so tempted. Looking at that Mohini Rupa, they are going behind him. Here Bhagwan has manifested in a handsome young form, Digambara Rupa, asking for Bhiksha. And all the wives of the rishis, they are also tempted and they go behind him. Suddenly the rishis, they realize what is happening. It is happening from the time this person has come as Digambara Rupa. Our wives got tempted and they are going behind. They didn't see that even they are tempted by Mohini. And they started blaming their wives and the form of Bhagwan. So they literally attacked Bhagwan through their siddhis. So the elephant they create and throw at him. Bhagwan destroys and wears that elephant skin. They throw a deer at him. He just catches the deer. Then they throw a tiger at him. He kills that tiger, makes it his asan. Like that they do. Finally, what happens? They realize, this person is not ordinary. This is Bhagwan himself. And Bhagwan gives them the Tattva Jnana, Atma Jnana, saying karma will not lead you to that. And that portion which Bhagwan gives to the rishis of Darukavan, that knowledge is what, the essence of that knowledge is what is written in Upadesh Sar by Ramana Maharshi. So the Saint Muruganar, when he was writing on this episode, he came to this portion. And when he came to this portion, he requested Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi, can you please write what Upadesh Bhagwan gave? So Upadesh Sar is that. So this word Digambaraya, Digambaraya, Divyambaraya cha Digambaraya. So the Digambaraya Rupa represents this, that one should be humble again. The pride is humbled and understand that Bhagwan is the supreme karma phala data. Whatever results we get also come from Bhagwan only. Our karma is jada vastu. Karta only is jada by itself. Then what about karma? Karturajnaya prapyate phalam. Karma kim param karma tajjadam. By the grace of Bhagwan we get karma phala. By grace of Bhagwan only this body also is able to act. So Digambara Rupa, when we say, we should remember that it is by grace of Bhagwan everything happens. And the purpose of karma is to liberate us by purifying the mind. Karma is only meant for purification of mind. It can't give liberation. Hence the place of karma we have to understand. Karma will bind if I don't do in a proper way. More new karmas it will create. But if I do dedicating it to Bhagwan, Ishwararpitam, Nechaya Kritam, Chitta Shodhakam, Mukti Sadhakam. Then my karma becomes karma yoga when I do Ishwararpan Bhav. No Ichhaya Kritam, not to increase my ego, selfishness. So Digambara Rupa should invoke that bhav in us. And then it becomes means to liberate. Chitta Shodhakam, Mukti Sadhakam. So that is the verse for today, and we will focus on this and meditate. The form that we are using, I'm going to use the same form so that our mind, it's easy to hold one form. Every day we don't want to change in that sense. The form has garland only, it doesn't have the skull, but you want to visualize the skull, you can. The mala of skulls. Sit erect, the head, the neck, and the spine in a straight line. Close your eyes gently. Relax the shoulders. Let your hands be in your lap, palms facing the sky. Come to a comfortable posture without any strain in any part of the body. Invoke gratitude in your heart and thank Bhagwan for the human body, whatever may be the size, shape, color, doesn't matter. Accept it as a gift from Bhagwan. Be grateful for it. We are not the body. We are one with Shiva. And let us use the body to realize oneness with Shiva. So thank Bhagwan for this body, for the clothes, for the ornaments, for whatever things we use for the body, to decorate the body, to take care of the body. Thank Bhagwan for all the blessings and challenges that you have in life. Suggest to the mind that for the next 20 minutes I am steady and still without any movements. With all your willpower and visualization, suggest to your mind that for the next 20 minutes I am steady and still without any movements. I am alert, awake, and quiet. I am alert, awake, and quiet. I am only a seeker, a devotee, and my goal is self realization. I'm only a seeker, a devotee, and my goal is self realization. Relax the body with some deep breathing, slow, steady, and deep breathing. As we say Shi, take the breath in, flood the body with light and energy. As we savor, exhale slowly and let go of any stress or strain. Exhale all the air. She. Continue to breathe at your own pace. Take every breath consciously. Be aware of the inhalation and the exhalation. That awareness is Shiva, and the breath is the Shakti. In the space between the two eyebrows or in your heart, visualize a circle of white light and invoke the auspicious form of your Sadguru, if you have one, or Bhagwan. Both are the same. Feel that you are in front of your Sadguru, expressing gratitude, seeking guidance, so that the mind is steady in contemplation. With all devotion, chant Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Offer some flowers at the feet of the Guru. Perform a pradakshina. Come to prostrate in front of the Guru. Repose the form back into the heart, and in the same circle of white light, invoke the auspicious form of Bhagavan Ardhanarishwara. Left side is Mother Parvati. Adorned with a golden crown, kumkum on the forehead, beautiful lotus-like eye, like the blue lotus. The Divine Mother's hair are beautifully groomed. She has earrings on the top of the ear, on the ear, in the earlobes. There is a garland of mandar flowers around her neck. She wears divine clothes, red and blue in color. She is sitting in Padmasan. There are divine ornaments on her wrists, necklaces of pearls, gold on her neck. With two hands, she is holding lotus flowers. On her left side is a tiger. This is the auspicious form of the Divine Mother. Right side is the form of Bhagavan Shiva. Long black matted hair, a crescent moon, tripundra on the forehead, lotus-like eyes, gentle smile, earrings in the earlobes, a green and black snake around the neck, Rudraksha malas on the chest, Bhagwan has a mundamala around his neck. His one hand is raised, indicating the Jnana Mudra and blessing us. In the other hand, he holds the Trishul and the Damru. Bhagwan is Digambara, doesn't wear regular clothes, just some animal skin around his waist. Bhagwan is sitting in Padmasan. On his right side is a Nandi. On his chest, arms, and the wrists are Rudraksha malas. This is the most auspicious form of Bhagwan Ardhanarishwara. There is a Shivling in the front of the form of Bhagwan. Mandaramala Kalitalakayai Kapalamalankitakandharaya Divyambarayai Chadigambaraya Namah Shivayai Cha Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya Cha Namah Shivaya. We will chant Om Ardhanarishwaraya Namaha 11 times. Om Ardhanarishwaraya Namaha. 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 Continue mentally. Consciousness is my true nature. Having forgotten that, identifying with the finite, I appear as this Jiva who takes many bodies, cover the body, certain clothes are worn. We may wear good clothes, We may look handsome or beautiful. We should not define ourselves with that. Beauty is my nature as consciousness because I am infinite, because I am the enlivener of the creation. Of the body, the clothes, the ornaments is nothing compared to the beauty of the infinite. The ultimate truth is the body is reduced to the ashes. Skulls and bone are what is left. I am not this bundle of flesh, blood, bones, marrow, fat, skin. They are the five elements, perishing and perishable. I am the consciousness which is changeless. From me, cycles of creation emerge, stay, and dissolve into me. I am that Paramashiva, pure consciousness. I am immortal as consciousness. Immortal is my beauty as consciousness. The mandar garland signifies immortal beauty. The skull garland signifies perishable nature of the world and imperishable nature of consciousness. Offer some flowers to Bhagavan Ardhanarishwara, perform a pradakshina, come to prostrate in front of Bhagavan, and feel that Bhagavan is offering a garland to you as prasad. He puts a garland around your neck, a garland of mandar flowers on left side and the garland of skulls on the right side. Beauty and destruction, creation and dissolution, Bhoga and Tyaga. Bhagwan is blessing you with all these. Feel that the grace of Bhagwan pervades your entire being. Prostrate to Bhagwan and repose the form back into your heart. Be aware of your breath. Be aware of the happenings around you. Be aware of your body. We pray for the well-being of everyone. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramayah. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Asatu Ma Sadgamaya. Tamasu Ma Jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Namada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Guru Hari Om. Rub your palms, place them on the face, and gently open the eyes. Any questions? Yes.
Yeah, Hari and Swamiji. Two questions. One, what is the correct way of doing Abhishek on the linga? Like in which order to pour the water or any other dravya on the various parts of the linga? The second question is related to that because I've heard that the entire Shivlinga represents all the entire Shiva Parivar, including his daughters. some 5 more daughters in addition to Ashok Sundari, I have heard. So I was not aware of that. And each one is supposed to have a particular situation on the linga. And there is some order in which we offer these dravyas. So just wanted to know both these things. Hari Om.
Okay. So the Shiva Puran, I'm going by that. In the Shiva Puran, the method of abhishek of the linga is very simple. You offer the linga first, offer the abhishek first on the linga itself, and from the linga it is supposed to flow on the yoni and come out through the outlet which is there in the yoni. One never does the abhisheka on the yoni first. This is as per Shiv Puran, Linga Puran, that the abhishek has to be done on the main lingam. The linga, whatever dravya we are offering, it may be water, milk, curd, panchamrit, coconut water, fruit juice, so many things are offered. They all will first go on the linga. They have to go on the linga only. And then it comes on the yoni. That is symbolic of the grace of Bhagavan Shiva and Mother Parvati, and then collected down and distributed as Naivedya. And that is one of the reasons why one does not cross the Abhishek Jal if it is coming out. That is symbolic of grace of Bhagavan, glory of Bhagavan. The linga is held by the yoni. And without that linga, the yoni has no use. Without consciousness, the creation is not possible, doesn't exist only. So that principle is what is the reasoning behind the Abhisheka, how it happens. And then the water that is collected is the supreme blessing of Bhagavan, grace of Bhagavan, Anugraha, what we call, the Anugraha of Bhagavan. Only Bhagavan is capable of doing Anugraha. Srishti, Sthiti, Samhara, Tirodhan, and Anugraha. In that, this fifth one is the source of liberation, Anugraha, which will grant mukti. So the whole dravya, whatever is offered, is collected, and one doesn't walk across that. There's nothing greater than grace of Bhagavan and that which gives mukti. Which is why if the water or the outlet is coming on the way of pradakshina, then one goes back from there, and that is why one doesn't do the full pradakshina. Now, tradition says this much only from Puranic understanding what we have. I am not aware, even I heard about 5 daughters. I have to verify source, I don't know, so that I can't comment on. The various parts of the linga which are there, that also is some Shaiva Agama tradition only. It is not there in the Puranas in that sense. Let me see, I will tell you there are some specific places where the deities are kept. So the vertical portion, that is definitely the Shivalinga itself, that is symbolic of Bhagavan Shiva, that Shiva Tattva. Yoni is symbolic of Mother Parvati. Now the east of the Pitha is Ganeshji, south of the Pitha is Kartikeya, north of the Pitha is supposed to be Ashok Sundari, and west of the Pitha is supposed to be Nandi. Now Shakti, Ganeshji and Kartikeya, they are very well described in the Agama Shastra, Shaiva Agama. So Agama Shastra is, each deity will have, so Vaishnava Agama, Shaiva Agama, Shakta Agama, like that there will be Agama Shastra. So in the Agama Shastra there are some mentions of this, and so people have been following and they have been worshipping. But they also offer water first on the yonis and then they put on the linga. That is the wrong method. It has to always go on the linga first, is as per Shiva Puran. Now, if Agama Shastra has some other traditions, I have not read Shaiva Agama Shastras in that depth, so that I am not aware of. But as per the Purana, always the water goes on the lingam first. Then it will spread to others on, then it will go on the yoni, and then you want to put on various other deities you can offer. That is what my understanding is. So generally the Abhisheka should be done first to the linga. Yes, Leena Ramani.
Swamiji, Pranam. This Hari Om, the fifth verse that you have explained today, that one line I'm not sure whether I've understood, that regarding the directions, in all directions is there, that one line was there.
Digambara means Ambara is space in one meaning. Ambara is sky, na, space. And directions, 8, 10 directions are in space.
Okay, okay.
One who, Ambara also means clothes. So one whose clothes are the 10 directions, meaning who doesn't have any physical covering on the body, and space itself is covering him in all the 10 directions. That is the meaning of Digambara. Like the meaning of space itself is that, which accommodates everything in it, is called space. Akash is called Avakashatvat Akashaha. So when somebody wears clothes, then we wear in a certain way, so the clothes will cover this body. But one who doesn't need clothes to cover, for whom the entire space itself is the cloth, he is called as Digambara.
Thank you, Pranam.
Yeah.
Hari Om Swamiji.
Hari Om.
Thank you for the class today. I just want to ask you whether this is correct or not. I heard Narmada is also Shivji's daughter. And if true, where is her position on the lingam?
See, that's what now this is very confusing. You forget all this because here people have created by themselves so many things. I don't know her position on the linga. Narmada is her daughter. She is born from the Ananda Tandava that he does. She was born from union with Mother Parvati. There are different legends of her birth. But the point is, we worship Shivalinga as the combination of Shiva and Shakti. Everyone else is a product of Shiva and Shakti. So don't worry if there is a Shiva and Shakti and we are offering the Abhisheka, that's all. Baki, everyone is coming only from Shiva and Shakti. अब कहाँ कौन है वो हमको नहीं पता. ये शैव आगम के हिसाब से some people have written this. नाउ विल से कि 5 डॉटर्स है तो उनकी पोजीशन कहाँ पर है, फिर नर्मदा जी कौन सी है, फिर अशोक सुंदरी कौन सी है, फिर ये आगे क्यों है, ये पीछे क्यों है. आई हैव नो क्लू ऑफ दैट.
I just wanted to know. Thank you. Thank you.
More of Advaita is what I believe in. Shiva Tattva is consciousness and I am consciousness. Full stop. बाकी तो उपासना के लिए जो करना है एंड कोई इंटरेस्ट है तो आप प्लीज शैवागम यू कैन रीड. उसमें होगा कोई डिटेलिंग. I have no clue. Sorry.
Thank you, Swamiji, so much.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om Swamiji, while chanting, we say Ardhanarishwaraya Namaha or Mardhanarishwaraya Namaha. No. It is Om Ardhanarishwaraya Namaha. Because of Ma, Om ka Ma, you may be hearing it as Mardhanarishwaraya Namaha. No, it is Om Ardhanarishwaraya Namaha. If we want more gap, we can create so that there is no confusion. So we can say Om, give a little gap. Ardhanarishwaraya Namaha. We are chanting continuously. Om Ardhanarishwaraya Namaha. We are saying like that. So it is Om Ardhanarishwaraya Namaha. All right. Hari Om. Thank you, everyone.